Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. My name is Caroline Heward and I'm known as the Harley Street Stress Expert. Today's show is Talking Heads and I'm an expert presenter in today's topic, which is understanding online romance. Let's begin. So understanding why online romance scams work. I first have to start with the Urban Dictionary to get an understanding of what it is, because many of us today are online. So understanding why online romance works, today's topic is how the online scams work in romance. And so today I want to look at the term catfish. It's from the Urban Dictionary. Catfish is someone who pretends to be someone they're not, that are using Facebook, not using Facebook or other social media to create false identities, particularly to pursue deceptive online romances. So a catfish is someone who pretends to be someone else. They're using somebody else's identity to catfish you, to reel you in. Many of us today are looking for online romance. This is the way that it is today in terms of our culture and society. Many people have successfully found someone online and got huge benefits and got married to people they've met online. There is, in all sorts of aspects of society, the scam artist, the person that will take advantage. Today, we don't have the burglar or the person coming in through our front door. We have them coming in through our computer, through our phone. And so they don't walk around with a swag bag and all in black with a balaclava. They don't come and burgle and steal your money. They come in different ways. It's a much more sophisticated way that we live in today's times. So we're all looking, maybe many of us are looking for online romance because we are a small world, we're global, and yet everything is now reachable. I'm in the middle of London and I'm reaching you through the computer. So I don't have to be in any particular country to reach you. And this is how the online scam works. And what they do is they will target dating sites, Facebook, Messenger. They will look through your profiles to see if you're a good fit, if you've just become recently divorced, or maybe retired, or maybe you're looking like you're very successful. All these things the online scammer will look at to target you. And if they see that you're a good target, they will start to reel you in. You don't know because you've signed up to an internet dating site looking for romance, because you're looking to find a partner, somebody to find the rest of your life with, your soul partner. You're looking for love. you're looking for companionship, and you're looking to fill the gap. And this is very common. Many people do it, even just for friendship. But this is how the online scammers are getting you, because this is a very complicated and intricate strategy to reel you in and steal your money. And it's very easy because you never have to see them or meet them or even speak to them in a call. What's really fascinating about this strategy is that it's all done by texting, messaging. They will quickly want to get you off any app, any dating site, by getting you to come along to their natural phone number. So you're messaging them privately off the platform that you originally saw them. They will generally be very good looking, model-like. They will generally be almost very vague in what they do and their profiles. They will say the right things and they will shower you with compliments. So let's look a bit more about what this online romance looks like. Have you been love bombed? Love bombing is when somebody showers you with compliments, with love, sharing sweet nothings to you, whispering in your ear, saying all the things that you want to hear. They're telling you how attractive you are. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're a man or woman. It doesn't matter if you're young, middle-aged, or older. The look, the age is insignificant. What they're doing is they're checking out to see if you are single, if you're alone, and they're also going to be asking you questions about your private life. They will literally be on top of you almost 24/7. They will be sharing you with messages. And it's very addictive because you pick up your phone, or you go to your computer, and there's another nice message. And what it does is it releases something called dopamine. So each time you get a compliment or a hit, it releases the love drug called dopamine. And it's something that is known as the pleasure drug, the love drug. We all have it in us. But when something nice happens, something pleasurable happens, the dopamine release is a fix and we feel amazing. So this love bombing experience is very powerful. And it's the very, very nature of how these online romance scams work. They work because they reel you in. They send you, and you're inundated with lots of messages giving you tons of compliments. And when you reach for your phone or you go into your messages and you see these messages, it just fills you with a sense of joy and it moves you into the heart space. It's a very successful strategy. And people that have experienced it find it very, very difficult to let it go, even if they know that it's not right on some level. Love bombing is something that's really used in a big way to make you feel safe. Because when you feel safe and secure and loved and complimented and given everything that you need from that level of attention, that need to feel loved and cared for, then you're in. And the scammer gets to work. Now, not all online romances are scam romances. But these, the ones that I'm talking about, is why online romance scams work. And so this is a very select number of people that will be targeted. So what makes an online romance scam work? You might get a message. You might be thinking, So everything he said was exactly what I wanted to hear. My heart just exploded, because they are saying, they're speaking your language. They're giving you everything you need to feel good, to feel loved, to feel cherished, to feel wanted, to feel needed. There's a huge psychology behind the online romance scam. And the first thing is to reel you in so that you feel really loved, cared for, needed, have all the attention. They'll be there in the early hours of the morning. They'll be there late at night. They'll be there during your day. And they know that you're smiling because it's rehearsed. While they are chatting to you and sending you messages, they're also following the script with a number of other people too, because it's a money-making scam. And so you might find that it's very, very scripted. It's almost like it's everything you wanted to hear, and it's not so personal at times. It's, oh, you make my heart sing. We're the perfect match. I knew it as soon as I saw your face. You're the one for me. I just want you near me. I can't wait to see you. I want to share my life with you. You are my life partner. You'll have all these very general messages that make you feel special. And special is what we all desire, because we all need a human need of connection. We all crave that human desire to feel loved, to have that connection and feel special. And when that happens, when we're reeled in and we're feeling special, and we feel that this is the person, of course you'll want to meet them. You'll want to see them. You'll want to hear their voice. But the picture that they're showing you isn't actually them. So you won't see them by camera. You won't see them, hear them by call, because it's not how it works. So they will always say, oh, I'm too busy. I'm working at the moment. I've just pulled out my phone to drop you a message to tell you that I'm thinking of you. But I can't speak right now. There's other people around. There's always going to be a reason, an excuse. And then when they've reeled you in and they take the time to do that, it's a drip drip. They really make sure you're reeled in, that you are exploding to hear them, to see them, to want them to be with you. Then comes the reasons that they can't make it. Oh, I'm sorry, something's happened. I have to pay, I'm not well and I have to pay a hospital bill for an operation. Or it could be they need the flight money to travel across to see you. Can you give me £1,000? Can you wire me £1,000? And of course, you're totally love bombed and you want to see them. And so for some people that have the money, they will send it. If you haven't got the money, then this scam doesn't work. So they're very careful in choosing who they're going to scam. But they will shower you with compliments, with messages of love and affection, sending you poetry, sending you wonderful poems and things that you just want to hear. And then when they start asking for money, it all sounds very, very legitimate. It sounds very plausible. Oh, I'm stuck somewhere. I need some money I'm stuck in the country that I need to get out of, and I can't wait to be with you. Can you send me the flight money, because all my money's tied up right now and I'll give it you back as soon as I see you. There's all sorts of conversation and excuses that they'll come up with. But the net result is they'll be asking for money. They'll be asking for something from you. Many people send them money. And then there's another reason that they can't make it. There's another operation. there's another catastrophe that they've got to solve and sort that's keeping them back. But once they've got some money from you, they will keep finding the excuses and tapping in. And many people fall for this. If they have the money, they want to keep reaching out and making it happen. And this is how it works. So if somebody asks you for money, you will know that this is how it works. And this is not what you think it might be. So what are the red flags when you get out your card and wire them some money? Because you desperately want to see them and you want to carry it on. You love them, you've fallen in love. It's a virtual reality romance. But you want to see them. And the showering of romance, all the love bombing, has moved you into that place of feeling good, feeling safe with them, trusting them. This is the peace, it's the trust. And then when the request for money comes in, it doesn't sound so unreasonable. And this is how it works. Many, many people are scammed in this way. And many people don't report it because they feel very embarrassed that once they're in awareness of it, once they've run out of money, the scammer moves on to someone else. So how do you recover from an online romance scam? It affects all sorts of age groups. It's not one particular age group, from the young, middle-aged, to the more senior people. It doesn't matter. They're looking for targets. And if you are posting in an online dating app or a website or Facebook, and they're seeing that you're single, you're a target. If they see that you're doing well in terms of your work, or that you live in a nice house, many of us talk about our holidays and saying that we're going somewhere exotic, that says to them you have money. If you're showing pictures of your really nice mansion or your really nice country cottage, they see you as a target. So how do you recover? It's by moving into a place of acceptance that you have been scammed, and moving into a place of acknowledgement, of acknowledging that it wasn't real. And it gave you that dopamine effect, that feeling good, that pleasure, that pleasurable experience, which is very addictive. That when it's over and the money has gone, then it's time to move into a different space, to recover, to share your experience with someone you trust, someone that won't judge you. Because it's hard to believe many, many very intelligent people get scammed. You will be surprised how many people will be suffering from an online romance scam. And it's because we're searching for connection, for love. This is a human basic need, connection. And these scammers know absolutely how to get you, because they know what you need, and they give you what you need just to keep you reeled in. So how do you recover? When you step into a state of awareness that this has happened, that you have been scammed, it is time to move forward in a different way, taking a break from the online apps. Move into friendships and your social circles. Find some communities that you can interact with. Remember, you are in control of how you feel. It's important to grieve the online demise of that romance that you thought was real. It's appropriate for you to let go of what you thought was real. Because you see, the mind doesn't know what's real or imagined. And so the mind is very, very powerful in terms of how it creates your experiences. Mother Teresa said, "The most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved." The most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved. See, she knew. And she followed this movement of helping people in poverty by sharing with them her compassion and her love. There are 4 types of loneliness. The emotional loneliness, where we're not connected emotionally, that we're living in our mind, that we're moving through our lives in a logical, physical, practical, conversational experience. That we're living in our experiences in our mind, rather than experiencing them through our sensories. And when we're living in our minds, that whatever we're doing, we can have tons of people around us, family and friends. But when we're living in our mind, we're almost feeling cut off from our emotions and feelings. Like you don't feel anything from the neck down. That everything goes on in the mind. And that emotional detachment feels very lonely. You can be in a room full of people. You can have a room full of friends that are saying all the right things, but the emotional detachment creates a sense of loneliness. It can be a social loneliness where you're not connecting from a social space. And certainly in current times, in previous years, where we've not been able to connect in the same way. We've not been able to visit family and friends in the way that we used to because of the crisis that our world has been experiencing. And that lack of social interaction and connection can create challenges in terms of feeling lonely. It could be situational. It could be that you've had a breakup in a relationship. It could be that there's been a change in the family circumstances. It could be that there's a change in your work, your occupation. It could be that your family have all grown up and they've flown the nest and you're on your own. It could be that there's been a bereavement and that you're now without the partner that you've spent most of your life with. And these situational aspects of loneliness are caused from those different things that have happened. But nobody teaches us how to handle life after someone has passed away, or how to recover after a breakdown in a relationship that hasn't worked. We kind of have to figure it out for ourselves. And it's the emotional space. But what we do naturally is we shut down the feelings and emotions to protect ourselves, because how else can we cope? The body naturally does that without you deciding or thinking or making that happen. To protect you. The body is a perfect self-defense mechanism, and it will protect you from being hurt. So it shuts down the feelings and emotions. And the escape route is the mind. And then you think, talk, and analyze through everything, no matter what you're doing. And loneliness resides in the mind. It is actually not a sensory experience. It's a mind experience. When somebody says they feel lonely, it's going on in the mind. A baby doesn't feel lonely because a baby, when they're first born, is sensory. Loneliness is something that happens in the mind. It doesn't happen, and then it dictates the emotional sensitivity that we feel. Then we might feel sad, empty. And the fourth type of loneliness is chronic. It's when we've moved through the extenuating circumstances of a situation, of the loss of our social network, of an emotional breakdown. And it becomes chronic. And then everything is what we think, talk, and analyse about. And then there is only you yourself, and you. And the world feels isolated. Doesn't matter what you're doing. The world feels cold and isolated. And these four types of loneliness are all real to the person that's feeling them. This is what makes us reach out to form a relationship online. And sometimes that interaction, that physical conversation and interaction, helps us feel different inside. What is the dark side of loneliness? It's when we feel desolate, when we feel there's nothing left but emptiness. It's when we think, notice I said when we think we are all alone. And let me share something with you. We are all connected. We are all one. We are all connected through the heart. We just have to step into our heart chakra, and this is where we're connected. And if you are living on your own and feeling lonely, there is always someone there, especially in today's times and in times of our technology. But please be careful about the people that want to scam you out of money. And it'll be noticeable if somebody's showering you with all of those compliments, because it's kind of what we need, and they know. And be careful when you say, I feel lonely, because when you reach out and say that you're feeling lonely, we create whatever we are focused on. How the mind creates your loneliness. Whatever you're focused on creates, and it creates into your reality. And if you are focused on loneliness and being alone and not being with someone and feeling unloved, you will create more of that into your life, into your reality. And what I mean by that is that what happens is the neurons, we have motor neurons in our brain, and what they do is whatever the thought pattern is, a different neuron will pop up and light up, and then they join and fire together and wire together to create the experience internally of loneliness. If you are thinking about joy and gratitude and focused on everything that you're joyful about, something incredible happens. It fires and wires the neurons to create joy and gratitude. And this is real. Our loneliness is felt and it's real. And it's very, very real because the mind creates everything we think about, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever we're focused on creates. And that's because everything is in the field. We are vibration. Everything is frequency. And if we're walking around and thinking I feel lonely, I'm really lonely, what will happen is the universe will bring you everything that shows up for you that shows that you are lonely. It's quite phenomenal how this stuff works. We are a vibration, we are energy. When we look at ourselves, we look at ourselves as our faces, our facial expressions, our body, but we are more than a body. We are actually energy and space. And everything is energy. That's been proven by Einstein. He created the formula E, energy equals mc squared. Everything is energy. And loneliness is an energy, a frequency, a low-level vibrational frequency of survival. But we are all connected. And when you start thinking and experiencing your emotions from a different place, from a place outside of loneliness, because our first relationship is self. That's our first relationship. And if we have a lonely relationship with self, so if we're not in a great relationship with ourselves, that extends to our external world. So it is about feeding yourself first, honoring yourself and honoring your personal relationship with yourself. Whatever you think about creates. So my invitation is for you to think about the good stuff, the nice stuff that you want to do, the stuff that makes you feel good, that releases the pleasure endorphins, that releases the pleasurable dopamine. If you hug yourself, you will actually release oxytocin, which is also known as the love drug. And it will move your state of being into a different space of experiencing yourself, you, yourself, and you. Everything is you because you are the mirror. And loneliness is not a sensory experience, it is a mind experience. A sensory experience is what you feel in the emotions. So it's what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, and what you feel. And what I mean by feel is the sensory feel. How does the water feel on my back in the shower? How does the sun feel on my face? How does the wind feel in my hair? That's the sensory feel. Does that feel hot to the touch? That feels sticky. That's a sensory feel. There is no sensory of loneliness. The mind creates loneliness. And it is a human need to connect. We need to connect physically, socially, emotionally, and mentally. Christian Nestle said, "Our first and last love is self-love." If we can't love the self, then it's very hard for someone else to get in and love us too. Our first and last love is self-love. Christian Nestle Bovey. It beautifully sums up how we move from a state of loneliness, which is a mind concept, to a state of inner being and joy, to a state of being in love with the essence of ourselves. Everything is a mirror, and when you feel joy, you will emanate joy and you will feel different. You won't become a victim of anything, because all there is in you is the higher vibration of love. And we are love. This is our vibration. This is our pure spirit. And if love is a difficult word for you, we can start with like. Or we can go to making friends with yourself, finding out what you enjoy. Because if you find the things that make you tick, that move you to joy, this is the first stage of falling in love with yourself, of not needing something external to you. There's a phrase that I've often heard, and that is, if you can dance on your own, like no one else is watching you, it releases something amazing and makes you feel good. So move into life dancing like no one is watching you, and feel the chemicals, the internal dopamine and the pleasurable chemicals moving you from feeling all those mind things, moving you way out of the mind and into the heart and into the sensory body of who you truly are, your authentic self. You are authentically compassion, joy, gratitude, and love. That's who and how we're born. The mind kicks in and gives us a false illusion of who we think we should be and who we think we are. But who we are is our own best friend, and we are our own true love. When we love ourselves compassionately, when we forgive ourselves, when we learn and move through the challenges of life, we can become everything that we need to be, that we strive for. And that internal self-love expands into your community, your family, your friends, and you will never feel lonely, ever. Sometimes we get caught up in the mind and the doing part of our beingness. But my invitation is for you to step into being your true, authentic self. And that is love. That's who we are, and that's what we're made of. True love. Thank you for your attention and your interest. Please subscribe to USA Global TV and Radio. You can find all the Talking Heads episodes under Talking Heads playlist 2022 and 2023. You'll find all my Talking Heads episodes under my name, Caroline Heward, 2022, and Caroline Heward, 2023. Please do reach out to me if I may be of service to you. I offer a free consultation. It's a 30-minute consultation on Zoom, Skype, or if you're uncomfortable with camera, over the phone. Reach out to me if you're international on +44. If you're local, 07523 120 189. I urge you to reach out and allow me to help you to move through this state of loneliness. 30 minutes is a short amount of time, and I offer much more comprehensive packages to help you with all manner of symptoms that are causing your stress. I look forward to being in service to you. Please subscribe to USA Global TV and Radio. You will find a huge amount of support, not only from myself, but many other people on the platform. Namaste.
Hey there. I just wanted to say that was really
I was just going to message you.
yeah, that was really good. I never know how many bongs and dings you're going to do at the end, because sometimes you do three and then namaste and then bong again. So
I know, I'm sorry. I'm somewhere else. I'm in a, usually three, because it's a heart vibration. Maybe I should explain that. I'm going to finish with three sounds which bring us into the heart chakra. Maybe I should say that so that has some relevance, because that's what I want to do. I basically want to leave people in the heart space, so that they feel. So not what you thought it was going to be at all, was it?
No, not at all. It was one of those that I was like, thank God that's not me. Because usually I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. So,
well, there's many people that, I had a friend actually that had this situation going on, and she didn't tell me. And she says, I'm really in love. I found this amazing man. And then she admitted that she was sending him money. I says, why are you doing that? She's because he had this accident, and I couldn't believe it. She was a very, very intelligent person. It was shocking, but it's the vulnerable. How we get.
I know people who've done it too.
Do you?
I really do. And they just reel them in, and but thank God it's not me or you.
Well, I mean, there's no way anybody could do that to me. When somebody sort of comes in and go, you know what, I ain't got time for this. Just go away, leave me alone. Exactly. And I find that they are trying to do that thing. I really like a picture, and you're the perfect woman, you're the perfect wife, all these kind of, I think, oh geez, just go away.
Oh my God, we're actually live.
You're joking.
No.